let's go on to the amazing group that is happening next. These guys are a set of podcasters. These guys speak, but they don't speak because what they do is that they are unspoken. Right? Let's have Unspoken come through. Clap for them as they're coming. Continue clapping. Continue. And then layer. Clap.
It's not guys, it's me. I'm alone. Women in STEM, women in STEM. So how are you guys feeling? Wagwan Kwadze. So my name is Awino Awiti. I am a solo podcaster. I host a podcast called Unspoken Podcast. It's a podcast on personal development, mental health. We are big on that. No, personal development, mental health. So how many solo podcasters are here? We need more solo podcasters. Shout out. Clock it. I was over here. Cameraman, kuja huku mbele. You're too far. My cameraman, anasikia. Kuja ukae hapa mbele. Cameramani. So I was watching the other podcasters. Shout out to you guys. And I was so scared. I was like, there are no solo podcasters. Where are solo podcasters? We need more solo podcasters to do solo experiences over here, to do more solo shows, yeah? So today I woke up and I was so scared. I was like, why did I choose the path of a creative? I was doubting myself. I was like, why did I choose the path of a creative? Ningekuwa job ya 9 to 5. Sahi ningekuwa ni Saturday, ningekuwa huko zimeshika mahali nashindana najua kuwaka. So I was like, why did I choose this path though? Why did I choose to become a creative and be here working on a Saturday? And then I was viewing my life. If I was to maybe work at 9 to 5, probably I wouldn't have survived. Because have you ever thought about it? Why do most creatives not survive 9 to 5 jobs? Nani creative apasha ifanya 9 to 5 na ajai kwa fired ama ajai give up on the way. Mimi nimefanya kadhaa 9 to 5s, bro. As a creative, sometimes like it's so hard. Most of my friends who are creative podcasters, they find it so hard to do 9 to 5s and then also pursue their creative dreams, because kwanza upate she's that person maybe is a creative and also a Gen Z. You're the worst combination, because nowadays bosses my employers, they really avoid to employ Gen Zs, because I don't know, I think we are really misunderstood, because utapata Gen Z will say hiyo siku ajisiki kuja job. I used to do that when I used to work at a certain radio station. Mimi hiyo siku sijisiki kuja job. And then balata Gen Z kuandika email, unatuma message WhatsApp. Hey, I'll not be coming to work today. I'm not mentally okay. My body is good, but my soul is not giving. I'm not in a good, because guys like us who are big on mental health. You siku so umepata unasema leo today I'm not going to work. I need a break from the world. So you write your boss a message. I need a break from the world. I need to just adjust kidogo. I need a day to myself. Like today is not giving. That was my life as when I used to work at 9 to 5. And then I quit. I'm like, man, let me chase this dream. I don't want to work for no one. So I was thinking about that, and then I'm like, probably I wouldn't have survived a 9 to 5. And sangine unapata unapena hizo messages like you're not mentally okay, ama unasemati I'll not be at work today. Kumbe the whole time ni kusota ama umeachwa. Me, I think that there are two things that cause depression cases are caused by two major things. If you just dive deep into those cases, deep, The major causes are just two things. Either ni mtu amesota, you're broke, that's why you go into depression, ama umeachwa tu mahali mtu amekuvunja roho, heartbreak moja safi, and then I'm like, bana, mimi niko depressed. Kumbe if you just look at the cases vizuri, utapata it's either those two. Because I believe the greatest art ever created comes from, they are mostly inspired by heartbreaks. Even if you listen to the greatest songs written, the greatest songs, who listens to Sia? Ooh, Shara. So the greatest song, if you just research on Sia's story, it was a serious heartbreak. Even me, I'm here. My podcast is a product of a heartbreak. So shout out to my ex. It's a product of a heartbreak. So I feel like the greatest art ever created stems from either kusota ama kuacha. Ukivunja roho vizuri, anasemanga if you're either heartbroken ama you are broke, those two things are either gonna be, it's gonna be your biggest downfall, ama it's gonna be your greatest motivation. That's what I was saying. The greatest art, the greatest music, the greatest songs ever written, the greatest movies produced, the greatest painting. Nani who loves nani anafuata easy painting art? If who has ever gone to an art gallery? Creatives, you need to go to art galleries more. Whether it's always free. Saa zingine unalipa 50 bob, saa zingine uko nini Karen. So if you go to those art galleries and then you start staring at the art, and then you ask the artist what was the dream, what inspired your painting. Mostly there's this girl. And then, so the greatest art ever created was, I feel like they come from heartbreaks. Even the other day I was at a certain podcast competition, and the girlies, I had like 3 friends over there. There were 3 girls, and they were like, I'm here for my ex. I want my ex to see me. I want my ex to see me. I want like najua, like imume nimemake it. So I feel like, let's not like shame heartbreaks so much. Heartbreaks can be a blessing in disguise, actually. Because me, kama singevunja roho, akungekuwa na Unspoken Podcast. I started my podcast actually in 2020, during COVID at the time. So shout out to 5 years. Shout out to actually, and now 5 years down the line since I started this podcast because of a heartbreak, I've actually managed to win like 2 Continental Awards because of my podcast. Because I monetized my traumas. So yeah, clock it. We need to monetize our traumas. I usually tell people we need to monetize our traumas. Mtu akiku heartbreak, use that. Put it in the music. If you're a musician, put it in the music. If you're an artist, put it in the art. Let it be an outlet, because the greatest art, the greatest things ever created, they come from the most painful places, the most dreadful places. That's the greatest motivation. So I was thinking about that, and I was like, yeah, shout out to my ex, man. Kama singekuwa hapa celebrating 5 years and being on podcast on Podfest. And also I was talking about the second thing, the greatest thing to the greatest motivation also, kusota. Kusota inaweza kumotivate, bro. Kusota inaweza kumotivate. Like ile time umesota, it's crazy how when you're broke ndio una make the wisest financial decisions. Na sasa hauna hizo finances zenyewe na ushapanga. So ukisota ndio unaambia God, ukinipa tu hiyo do sasa nita invest this time I'll be wise, I'll invest, nitanunua stocks pale nitanunua shares pale Safaricom. Like unakuanga so wise juu umelan lesson yako umesota. But ukipata hiyo do sijui akili inaendaga wapi. I don't know what you think, but ukisotanga then naambianga wase ukisota, that's the time also you're most creative. Walisema ukianza kukaranga sukuma ni kama ni nyanya, ni kama ni nyama, wejua umesota. So kusota pia makes you really creative. You come up with things, how to maneuver. Ndio campus, nani alikuwa kuna any campus students hapa, my comrades. Kusota ilifanya, I remember when I was back in uni, kusota ilikuwa inanifanya manze na think out of the box. Unasema leo si nami by force. Leo si nami, uko na unga kwa nyumba, na uko na kitunguu unasema lazima iwork, lazima kitu hapa iwork, lazima come up na something. So kusota also it makes you wise. Also, I was talking to you guys about Gen Z, our generation, and how proud Gen Zs, my Gen Zs, sipo sisi wote ni ma Gen Zs, sio ni masura zinaka millennials. I was talking to you guys here about our generation and how I'm so proud of our generation. Our generation is so self-aware. We managed to shake the government. We are so self-aware. We are not afraid to speak our minds. We like at Ogopi, we are not afraid of being shamed, right? And I feel like the reason our generation has been so controversial than other generations is because there has never been a generation like the Gen Z, right? Let me take you back. In Africa, when we were colonized, right? Most African countries, we were colonized, and those generations that were before us that were colonized, ni Gen X, boomers, hizo generation nyuma. So I feel like I don't really blame them for viewing us different, because when colonization came, it bet away, it took away. It made us fearful. It made us, as Africans, it took away our what's the word? It took away our boldness. What? Boldness. Yeah, it took away our boldness. It made us. It belittled us, right? It belittled us. It made us not want more for ourselves as Africans. Yani, it even, like, colonization made us as Africans. We didn't even consider, like, we can make it in Africa. That's why a lot of people go to seek greener pastures in, I don't know, America. But honestly, I believe, I always say that I believe, like, you can make it here in Africa. We need to be the typical example of African excellence. You are born in Africa, because ukienda huko maju and you studied in Africa, that's like you're taking your Africanism, your brain nini. That's why I feel like most African countries were colonized, because the world, I feel like as Africans, we're unique. There's no other continent like Africa, right? This is the only continent that has purely black people, right? Hizo continents zingine ziko mixed. So I feel like that's why most countries were colonized. We were colonized as Africans. It took away our innocence. We didn't know how to want more for ourselves as Africans. Yani, ilifanya tuzoe kusafa. We normalized suffering. Especially that is something I feel like our parents, we need to unlearn and need to heal from. They have normalized suffering so much. Yani mtu akiona you're chasing something, you're trying to do something, na wote seki, that's like you're not going to make it. We jua na success bado mko mbali. Kama hujateseka, kama hiyo job haijakutesa, kama like we are used as tumezoea as Africans, like for us to attain certain success, we need to suffer first. Like lazima ukapitie upitie uteseke kidogo for you to be able to succeed in something. But we need to unlearn that. We need to stop normalizing suffering as Africans, and that I think that's the same case with the AI. I was following the conversation with the other podcast. Shout out to them. We've normalized suffering as Africans, that to the point that we don't see a good thing when it's looking us in the eye. Sindio, AI is here to make life easier. AI is just here. AI imekuja, it wants to make life easier. All companies are incorporating AI because we've suffered enough. Those people who created AI, why are they stupid? They aren't stupid because we've already suffered. So an African nuko from Burkina Faso, amekuja tu ameamka akasema, hey, don't use AI, stop using AI so much. AI is going to make you lazy. AI is going to take jobs. Bro, why should I stop using something that's making my life literally easy? Like tumezoea kusafa, umezoea kuteseka. Ukipata kitu iko straight, it's looking you straight in the eye. It's like it's easy. You're like, this kuna kakitu. There's a problem here. And it's AI. It's just something. It's just good. Sometimes when something is good, it's just good, right? When something is good, like usi overthink. Mi nasemanga, when the deal is too good, when you call. When the deal is too good, I don't think twice. When you call, because tumezoea ku overthink, tumezoea ku normalize suffering as Africans, as Kenyans growing up, and that is something I feel like we really need to unlearn. So The other day, I was having a conversation with a group of friends. We were talking about some cultures. I need you guys to, I need your 2 cents on this. We're talking about some cultures that I think they have died that we really need to bring back. Yes, right? So think about it. I'm going to come to the audience. So what are those cultures that you think have died that we really need to bring back? Think. You know, so number one, I was thinking about some cultures that have died that really need to bring back. Number one, the community culture, the neighborliness culture. I feel like kwanza in Nairobi, the big city, we don't have the community culture, we don't have the neighborly culture. Niulize hata kuna watu wanaishi hapa na jirani yao, mwaka inawezesha kama ujiona jirani yako, right? Sindo, ujeta jirani yako anafanyanga job gani, mwaka literally a year can end if you've never seen your neighbor, right? So I feel like we really need to bring the neighborly culture, because us growing up, sindo, when our parents, when we used to grow up, kulikuwa na that neighborliness. When a kid is born, it's the entire community is in charge of the kid, right? The entire community is in charge of taking care of the kid. Onye kuna mtoto jirani yako amefanya makosa, unamwambia achana na hiyo, si ndio? Achana nayo, mama yako atataka hiyo, atakukataza. Siku hizi majirani wengine hata ukikataza mtoto wake kufanya kitu, hiyo ni kesi, court case, unapelekwa kwa koti. I'm the one who knows how I'm going to take care of my kid. I know my parenting styles. So we need to bring back the community culture, the neighborliness culture as Africans, like I'm as Kenyans, I don't know, but that is something I feel like we really need to bring back. Siku hizi hata unaweza lala nje peke kwa nyumba yako, unaweza lala tunja juu, au ungeangi na neighbor wako, hauna chumvi. Kwanza people who live alone like me, 12 a.m. you want to start cooking, unapata shit, sikubai chumvi, lakini juu ungeangi na jirani yako, hauwezi enda kumgongea, si ndio? Haujai bonga, hauwezi enda kumgongea. Sasa itabidi ukule food bila chumvi, uteseke, because we have that ego. Like kwanza Nairobi, me I grew up in Kisumu. I'm from Kisumu, so I just moved to Nairobi like last year. So that is one culture shock Nairobi linipea. Ati jirani hata muongee, mnapitana tu hata msalimani. As when I grew up, where I grew up, hatukuwa na hiyo, like jirani alikuwa your friend. We need to like neighbors are your friends. You need to bring that back, that community culture, that neighborliness culture, looking like be your neighbor's keeper, right? Be your friend's keeper. I feel like that's something also we need to bring back. Who else has something? Leslie, shout out to Leslie.
Niaje kufiti. Planned marriages.
Kutoka soko imekuwa ngumu. Kutoka soko imekuwa ngumu. We need to bring.
Watu wengine wajasikia ati unasemaje?
Planned marriages. Arranged. Fixed. Arranged. Ni sawa tu. Planned marriages.
So planned.
Mimi nitafutwe mtu huko
wakwambie tu
Kerugoya huko mniletee bwana.
Do we agree we need to bring back planned marriages? Ndio tuachane watu forex tu jokes. Another culture we need to bring back. Another culture we need to bring back. I feel like we also need to bring back the family culture. We need to bring back the family culture and the entire household. Squeezy was so normalized single parenthood, single moms. Yani squeezy people are proud to be single moms, literally. Yani hadi kuna single moms club, hadi kuna event fulani nilienda. Target audience ni single moms, bro. Yani it's a market now. Being a single mom now, it's on the rise. It's a market, like it's the in thing. Like mimi nilikuwa nataka tu mtoi kwake. I didn't want a family. I feel like also family culture inaenda manze. We need to bring back the family culture. Bring back homes where there's a dad, there's a mom and there are kids. What like sisi naona nasema Gen Z tunapoteanga saa zingine because we don't. Squeeze failed marriages are on a rampant, yeah. squeeze a lot of failed marriages because we have normalized single parenthood. Squeeze dem akishapata ball any hashughuliki boy akishakata tu mimba hivi and man I can take care of this. Also that has been affected by empowering women. We've been empowered so much and I feel like we also need to be empowered a lot. Okay, I'm a feminist. Women, we've been empowered a lot and I feel like also we've been empowered a lot, but we still need to be empowered more. That's why squeezing and empowering, that is something. Of course, empowering women has disadvantages and advantages. I mean, I've seen it in my own like nimeona firsthand. Because as a woman, ukikuwa over-empowered, you feel like now you don't really need a man. That's why our single moms cases ni mob. Like, me, I don't need a man. I can pay my own bills. I can be independent. I can do my own shit. I can do my own stuff. So, pia kuna a lot. Kuna pia as much as you're gonna empower women, as much as even as a woman you're gonna be empowered. You also kuna some things you need to think about because family culture, bro. Mimi antia kwa familia yetu nasemanga harusi ya mwisho ilikuwa sijui tu what. Bro, cause imagine 2007 literally I was even me the last wedding I literally attended was in primary because nowadays to normalize like watu wataki hata kufanya harusi, watu wataki kuolewa, especially our generation. People don't want marriages, people don't want to settle down, people just want to live recklessly, and I feel that is something we really need to unlearn as a generation. We need to bring back the family culture. We need to bring back the companionship culture. We need to bring back that homeliness, you know. We need to bring back that African family culture. Another culture. Who else has another culture we need to bring back?
I feel like we need to bring back shame.
Who?
Yeah, like shame. People are so shameless.
We need to bring back shame. I don't agree.
No, not like the shame itself. I didn't say what I said. Okay. Okay,
let me back it up on something. Akisema shame, I also wanted to say that we need to bring back decency. It's going to be controversial. Mambo ya hoes kujiita influencers.
He said it, not me.
Why you there adding your butt? Mnaenda kufanya sijui Ozempic. Mnaita or what? Ozempic.
Ozempic ya kulose weight.
Ni hiyo tu. Ni hiyo.
Ya kulose weight.
Yeah. So in terms of shame, we need to really bring back things dealing with decency. Because you know, you're capturing ice that you don't need to bring in, and using the wrong side of your body to try to capture money. So a hoe being an influencer should be checked. Yeah.
And then, also, I feel like when we say shame, you know, there's so many things that are out here right now that are not supposed to be out here. We can all agree. Like people giving birth, and it's a whole video. That's please tafadhali, it should be termed as shameful. So that we are bringing back shame, we have to set some things right. I miss when people used to be whipped. Tunafaa tutoke nje kuna viboko. Kuna watu wanafaa wachapwe.
Wachapwe. Wacharazu.
Yes. Kuna watu wanafaa wachapwe.
You disagree? Why?
I feel like this generation, there are a lot of maybe weak men and women that are not in their feminine and their masculine era. There's some things that should be brought back. Shame should be brought back.
But no, I disagree. I feel like there's some things, maybe let's say there's some things we should bring back shame on. Yeah. But shame generally, man, be shameless. Me, I actually have an episode on my podcast. It's called Be Shameless, Being Shameless.
Let me have yours.
Let me tell you that if you want to achieve the greatest success, you can only achieve that if you're shameless, man. Because if you unlearn shame,
there's positive shame.
And bad. Yeah.
That's being bold. That's the name. It's being bold.
unspoken, going out, all out, that's the thing.
Something about shame.
Yes,
Unspoken.
but shame.
Actually,
Unspoken.
that's where the name came from.
Yeah, and just to add on that point, Shame, there are really some things about your life that don't need to be online. If you are arguing, if for example you are arguing with your significant other, that's not something you need to involve us in. And you are ituhusu, and then you post everything about you online, alafu mkiachana inakuwa respect my privacy. No, we're in this together. It is so so genuinely there are some aspects about some people's lives which need to stay which need to stay private. Just if you're arguing about something, if let's say she can't bear kids, you don't need to tell us that. Keep that private. It's
Also,
I agree.
the other thing is vitu zingine watu wakufe nazo bana.
I agree.
Unaingia hivi TikTok 2 minutes msana anasema vitu zingine wanashindwa.
Bana.
The audacity now.
Hizi ni TMI bana. Kufa tu nazo. Unasema sijui dereva metro ameshika njwanga. Bwana we.
True.
I think you need to draw a line. You need to draw a line.
Draw a line.
Between personally volunteered information and societally imposed rules. I don't think you should be shamed for societally imposed rules. FGM, you used to be shamed for not being circumcised as a woman. So if you say we should bring back shame, and then people just suddenly decide women should be circumcised, well, you're fucked. But if you provide information about yourself and then suddenly turn around, in the future, then yes, you can be shamed. But I think we should draw a line, and that should be an important question. If you are living in a society and society imposes rules on you that don't make sense, the whole boldness thing comes in, and you're like, I don't agree with that. And then you're ashamed, well, we're going to be backward. But if you personally volunteer information, then later on you're like, don't say bad things about me. It's like, well, it's your fault you volunteered that information. It's very important.
I agree.
You know, it's funny. It's like we're on the same spectrum. I was about to say something similar, but for me, it would be public shaming. You know, back in the day, they would have the whole village come together. Oh no, I'm Ejikojole. Well, in that particular example, in like situations where you're having like an unlawful come we stay, where you have this chick here, you're not providing and everything like that, the village will come together and then they will ask you about unafanya nini hapa? Kinodia, what are you doing? That type of thing, you know? Like Andrew Kibe, that type of thing needs to come back. Like society.
Jean-Paul Sartre said, hell is other people. And so you have to remember that. When you are shaming people, are you making a better society or just being hell for certain members of the society?
Clock it. Another culture we need to shame over here.
It's okay. Clock it.
Okay, thank you. As far as I see things individually, they say that goes that education is the key to success is nowadays very wrong. And I think we should make noise over the social media. We change that Western proverb. I do say we can bring these traditional art and crafts. Yes, we can bring it back because it is in the line with CBC. So when we do it in modern way in classes, then even traditionally learners we can integrate. Then we can say that creativity is the key to success. Thank you.
Okay. If education is not the key to success, we need to find another key.
Ulikuwa unasema family life or family
culture. We need to bring back
culture.
Yeah.
You know, bila hiyo family culture haungeweza kupatikana hapa leo. Sivyo? So let us differentiate myths from facts. Number one, if you are a man, be a man. If you are a lady, be a lady. Full stop. Because first of all, you have a name to defend, you have a society to defend, you have a nation to defend. We are not here to labaloo or to sugar coating or powder coating or whatever. We need a generation after us. Or don't we need a generation after us? We need a singer like you after you. We need another chief after me. So, so for us to get another chief after me, or the podcast of Friday podcast crew, we need another generation. So how will you achieve another generation if me as a chief I'm being dressed like a woman? How? Another thing, the problem we are having in our society today is we are upbringing ladies like men. And we are upbringing men as ladies. What is that? What is that? Oh yeah. So, if my father Sindala didn't bring me up as a man, today I can't be standing here and talking like this with this full ujasiri ninayo kama chief because of my father. And my father went for my mother, Nyabei, and there is something. Then chief came out of that product. So if you are a man, be a man. If you are a woman, be a woman. This thing of Western organization, blah, blah, and you know it, I don't tolerate that thing. So I'm talking as a chief. So that family life or family culture must be brought up. Where? Wanaume where? Oh yeah.
Two time. Hey. Okay, start. What you say?
To support what he's saying, for the women, I think we need to bring back the honor for the man. The masculinity being the supreme authority, the masculinity being appointed by God himself. And so no matter how empowered a woman is, we cannot leave. Wait. Inject. I want you to get it in the right way. Yeah, this is the right way. We have been empowered since birth as a girl child, and the empowerment, I would disagree, or rather I would have a different perspective with a wonderful podcaster. Let's give her a clap. She's really good. I will disagree with her just a little bit because I'm on the opposite of feminists. Yeah, because I feel being empowered as a young woman, I went a little bit overboard, yeah? In a point that women feel like they can survive, they can do it without a man. You can, right? But as God created man and woman, he was in his ultimate wisdom. The kind of gifting, the kind of authority that a man was given, no matter, even if we go to 1,000 years, we'd never become like a man. Also men, before you go, you'd also never become like a woman. Our intuition, our emotional side of us, our nurturing side, you cannot survive without it. So both genders, we have grown to a society where we think we can survive without each other. Truth is, we cannot. Bring back honor.
Bring back family culture. Okay.
Hello. Hi. You're wonderful guys. Thank you. Okay. I stand as a millennial.
Amejitetea kwanza.
Literally.
It's by God's grace that I look like a Gen Z. But I'm confident to say that I'm overboard 30 years. So, yeah, I'm overboard 30 years. Because if I have a brother who is almost now turning 30, you can guess the years I'm in. So let me say this. Our wonderful speaker, thank you for raising up the points on what we need to work on as a generation that we are looking forward to bringing up our family. Point number 1, I was talking to a lady today. Was it today or yesterday? And she was telling me that, you know, I feel empowered because I have money. Because I have money. Okay, she's part of, let me say she's a cousin to me, a direct cousin. So we were discussing so many things at length. And she was telling me, I feel confident because I've got money. So I can treat my kids as the father and as the mother.
Dangerous lanes.
Let me say this. If we need to raise a well-off generation, because we are the generation to raise a generation, we need to look into our ladies, our young ladies in the house. Hello. Young ladies in the house, hello.
Hello.
Let me say this. If you need to raise a good generation, you need to work on allowing yourself to becoming, like my dear sister here said, becoming that wife. It's not about, respecting every decision that is made from the man who is your hubby. It's about being submissive. Submissiveness, we need to bring it back because they've been empowered, which is good. Because the moment you don't empower a lady, be sure you will have a weak lady in the house. Not hataweza kulea the generation that you have in the house. So we need to work on balancing the equation in terms of if it's to empower ladies, let's empower ladies, but in a way that they should know in the house we have the head of the family, as Mr. Chief said. Number 2, if we have to empower our young men, I as a young man, I'm not yet married, and the reason I'm not yet married
And I should
the reason as to why I'm in my 30s and I'm not yet married is because I need to see a futuristic lady who can say, I need a stable family. Lakini nikiongea hivyo, what I want to say is, someone, the last team that was on the stage, the second team with the Proways, they were asking about freelance na sikuinua mkono. I'm 7 years in freelance na 7 years in freelance industry ya magari. But let me say this. We need to work on number 1. We need to work on our ladies to make sure that they're empowered, lakini waelewe familia should be raised by the man as the end of the family. Number 2, Mr. Chief said, as men, we need to behave as men. I remember there's a story someone shared with me.
Who's on the podcast? Ameanza podcast.
I remember. Let me mention something to do with our young men. There's a story that was shared with me some years back of an age mate wangu. In his 30s, he can afford to cry with the lady she's dating. Yani, mrembo analia kwa nyumba na unalia kwa nyumba. I mean, juu amekasirika analia na unalia kama mwanaume. How will this lady respect you? Hawezi kuheshimu. You have to sound as a man. I mean, in the house you have to, if these ladies have to respect you, you have to sound like a man, like a gentleman in the house. The only thing we can do to our beautiful ladies is understanding the emotions, the patterns of the emotions. That's the only way that will make us and mold us to be men. So we need to bring back that pattern of manhood. I come from a community whereby I come from a community whereby
this is what you mean.
I come one more point. I come from a community whereby we are raised to be men. What do I mean? We are raised in a way that you're told you should respect your mother. Number 2, we are raised in a community whereby tumefunzwa ya kwamba you as a young man should make sure that you set your standards as a man, that the woman that comes in your life shall follow. Lakini sasa tumefika in a generation whereby our young men wamekataa kukuwa wanaume, and that's why unasikia we are living in a country whereby wanaume wameacha kuchoka, wanataka sasa kuwekwa. I mean how do you expect yourself to be respected by our beautiful ladies kama ausimami bills kwa nyumba? We need to also work on that, Mr. Chief.
Clap for him. Let's clap for him.
Shout out to him. Another culture, Zimisha. Another culture we need to end. We need to bring back, another culture we need to bring back.
Thank you so much, guys. I think I respect kila mtu amesema, from chief, madam chief, assistant chief to all village elders.
Kila mtu ni chief
I appreciate so much. We've talked about the living, and in culture we also have something for the dead. Like where I'm coming from, disco matanga is the main thing after death.
Same.
Yeah, it helps a lot for the grief. Sawa. Now, I came to Nairobi just the other month. I think I'm 3 months in Nairobi. Now, this is the reason I came to Nairobi. Watu wa Nairobi wakikuja matanga nyumbani, kitambo, those years, walikuwa wanaweza kaa na family members, so maybe 7 days a week or 2 weeks. But siku hizi wanakuja, wanazika, wanakunywa pombe, wanarudi Nairobi. Mpaka marafiki zao wanaachwa na a lot of grief in their hearts. So I think people should bring back ile kukana, mtu wako akifariki unakana exactly, wanakusaidia ku heal the process. So na disco matanga very important.
Very important. Nice. I agree. There's someone there.
I have the mic. Chief. Huku nyuma tuko na mic. Chief. Kindly chief. Patia nafasi. Tupe nafasi. Thank you. Aya.
Acha ongee.
Acha niongee. Okay. Thank you. So my point is, Chief has actually spoken about letting men be men and letting women be women, right? So I'd like to ask us, we have this thing where we are living in a society where the women who are supposed to be teaching younger women how to become women who are, perfect, or rather admirable, are the ones sleeping with these younger men in the society. And then, hold up. And then our fathers who are supposed to be teaching the young men how to become men are the ones sleeping with us young women. What kind of society is that? It's fucked. That is what we need to do away with.
Hello.
Swali.
One point. Thank you, Sana. Thank you, guys. So, in addition to that, shida inaanzia kwa ulezi kwa nyumba. Kama Sindala angeniambia vile nafani kuwa mwanaume kamili, singefika hapa. Na maanisha nini? Baba anakaa na kijana chini, anamwambia, if you want to be a good man, these are the do's, these are the don'ts. Mimi niliambiwa nikitaka kutongoza mwanadada naendea rika langu. Na nani alikuwa ananiambia, babangu mzazi, we are now talking man to man. Ananiambia kuja tuongee. Ukitaka kutongoza msichana, tongoza rika lako. Juu ukiendea yule mkubwa kukuzidi, wakati utaoa wewe utakuwa sasa ya wale wakubwa, utasumbua bibi kwa nyumba. Unasikia? Same tu msichana anafundishwa the way unakuwa a good woman in future. So huyu mama anakuambia ili kuwa mwanamke mzuri, hii ndio njia ya kulelewa. Anakuambia unafanya hivi, unakuwa na mna. Sasa hata mwanaume kutongoza tu mwanadada ni problem. Man, what is the problem with you? Kwenda tu kuapproach mwanadada, you are looking nice, can we talk? That is chief. Nini inawasumbua? Hiyo inakuja kwa sababu ya ulezi. So nini kiwind up? Another thing, muna empower wanawake, wanasema we are financially empowered, now we are sexually empowered. That is whereby ile 2 minutes man inaingilia. Wewe umeenda ukaleta ile driller ya borehole, lakini mimi nita-compete na driller. I can't. The reason being, amukulelewa vile mwanamke anajilinda. So be contented with me as chief, with what I have. I can't give what I don't have, and I cannot compete with the machine.
Chief, ngoja, tunamaliza two last people. Before that, another umenikumbusha chief, another culture we need to bring back is the dating culture. Naona imeleta hizi shida zote. The dating culture. Men nowadays they love shortcuts. Mtu umejuana tu kidogo, asha kutext. And I was talking about this on my pod the other day. Ati if we have never met and the first meeting you want us to meet in a club, that's a red flag. Men, you should bring back dating culture. Kitambo venye our dads used to woo women after 3 months, but unajaribu kumuingiza box. We need to bring back the dating culture so that it can lead back to the marriage culture. So mwache shortcut. Last person there. Oh, how many? Okay, so two more.
Okay, everything you guys are saying here, I want to backdate it to African culture. One thing that we need to bring back is our African roots. Because the moment we've left our African roots is why we keep on messing around with the souls. For example, if you are a Kikuyu, you need not to detach yourself from your Kikuyu roots. If you're a Luo, you need not to detach yourself from a Luo roots, because it is them that taught respect. It is them that taught morals. For example, I want to add to what the lady said. You find older men sleeping with younger ladies, older women sleeping with younger men. So in the Luo culture, for example, you find somebody who's a widow or a widower. Immediately after burying their partners, they were advised to look for a younger lady or a younger man who has not slept with anyone to release the wife's soul. So, so if you sit down, so for example, so for example, you define you as a lady or you as a guy, you have been approached by an elderly person with money. So you go to them knowing that umepata sponsor, but not knowing that this guy or this woman is releasing their partner's soul to the world so that they can start afresh. No, I don't want to finesse the word. I want to use the right word for it. So we need not to detach ourselves with our African cultures. Going to the Western culture is what is messing whatever we are seeing today. Once we start embracing back whatever we had before, everything will go back in line. The man will be a man, the woman will be a woman. Because, for example, Kalenjin culture teaches how a man should act and how a woman should act. A Luya culture teaches them how a man should act and how a woman should act. Kikuyu culture teaches them how a woman should act and how a man should act. The moment we detach, then we go astray.
Okay, I would like to change the conversation a little bit. So it's not in addition to what they've said, but I think one thing that we need to bring back, okay, not something that I'm not referring to like hundreds of years ago, barely like 2-3 decades ago. What we need to bring back is to actually treat children like children and to see children like children.
Ooh,
so
yes.
don't
Yes.
acknowledge, we need to acknowledge that for children, there are some decisions they can't make on their own. They need someone to make that decision for them.
Yeah.
And by God's grace, please stop looking at children as sexual beings. Children are children. Achana na watoto.
Awesome. Is there any other person? Ya mwisho, bonus point. Another culture, as a creative, another culture we need to bring back. Hey, podcaster wetu. Mpeni platform. Mpe platform.
Utatumalizia time wewe. Mwingine kama si huyu. Assistant chief atatumalizia time. Nimpe.
Mpe usinile platform manze.
Wacha nipe huyu wenye hajasema. 1 minute na kutime.
1 minute.
Thank you, my good audience. The only thing I want to pinpoint on the point my brother has said, our ladies wameanza ku raise a generation whereby we are treating our children like grown-ups. There are things you cannot expose to your child. And the moment you decide to expose some things to your child akiwa mdogo, hizo vitu to tame them akiwa mkubwa, it's difficult. Number 2, our ladies need to work on that point of, dating for a short period. The moment you as a lady decides to, expose yourself as materialistic, all you need is money. Our good men here know how to look for money. They will look for that money, and because they know, they've already read out your oshasoma akili yako. So the moment they realize, oh my God, so naweza kunja huyu mrembo because I can because I can
kunja what na kuogopa wewe.
If you show our young men that all I need from you is money to give you my body, or rather kuingia box yako within a short time, our good men have money and they know how to look for money. They will look for that money, they will come for you, and they will kunja you within 1 week or few hours. So kindly, our ladies, work on being expensive kidogo. Work on, your character. I mean, jiheshimu in a way that utakatiwa, men love things that take time to win.
Clap for this man.
Hey, sir.
One more person.
One last person, guys.
We are Jongea. Chamaliza. Is the last guy.
So, one culture I think we should bring back is most of us use the public transport, right? Mm-hmm. And I remember, I think when we were growing up, when we were using the public transport, we used to have, if an older person got into the bus, for example, you will see a young person standing up. I mean, you're going to say your point, but let me make mine. Super Metro, for example, or any bus transport you use, sometimes we have rush hour and we have people trying to rush to get home. I mean, I'm sure what he's going to say is, why would you get into a bus that is full, right? Mm. But then you're rushing home and the bus is full, but then you can't really get another space. If you wait on the stage, you're going to be there like till midnight. Why won't we be able to find, as young people, bring back the respect we had in the past, where if you find somebody older getting into the bus, you give them the seat. Like it's just a question, because I feel like that is one thing that we are really missing.
Na tunalipa fare wote. Hey. Wewe ni wanga hiyo tumekataa.
So, yeah, let me finish. Wacha niongee.
Sawa.
I know you have paid your fare, but for me, I believe there's something beyond just the money. It's this person got in and they're trying to get home to their kids. We're all trying to get home, but the states are limited. So are we going to compete with them, for example? You got there before them, yes, but are we going to compete with them because I pay the fare? For me, I feel like I will stand up for them. I will do that. Because I don't think it's in order for me to be sitting down comfortably and a woman who is older than, close to the age of my mother, is standing on a man. So maybe that's one culture I think we should really bring back. You can counter that.
So no worries. Fair point. Time. I miss the assistant chief.
So,
okay.
Last one.
So it's the same situation. Tumelipa fair and all that. It's arguably correct. Uko sawa kabisa. But mina feel as sahi venye tuko kila mse okay, hiyo point tu bado amelipa fair and all that. But ni different circumstances. Unaget? Tuseme tumeingia matatu imejaa. Okay, imejaa kabisa kila mse amekaa. Si mimi nimeingia pia umadhi ameingia. Maybe niliingia wa kwanza. Yule mse next anashuka, hapo ni fair enough nikimpatia hiyo seat. Yeye ameingia na akae. But ati tumepanda matatu alafu sijui uko na ball sijui ni ya nani alafu umeingia kwa matatu. Me I think honestly acha tu tukue tu fair. Hiyo kama generation tuta sound defiant but acha tu ikue venye. Hizo ndo zingine tunajaribu kuachana nazo. Vitu zingine tu tuache ku normalize.
True. Anyway, that was the last one. Tutaongea baadaye. If you need to listen to my podcast, it's called Unspoken Podcast KE. New episodes drop every Monday, solo motivation episodes. But I'm a motivational speaker. So new episodes Monday, motivation Mondays, and then Friday guest episodes, and then Sunday there's a series I do on my podcast. It's called What's Your Unspoken Story, where I go around collecting unspoken stories because I feel like hapa ndani kuna tu story, each person has a story ajaambia mse, si ndio? Kuna tu story ajaambia mse. So those are the stories I want for my podcast. They're called Unspoken Stories for the series I'm currently doing. So if you're here and you have an unspoken story and you feel like you want to share it with the world, DM me, follow me on Instagram, Awino Awiti and Unspoken Podcast KE. Ladies and gentlemen, that was my time. Thank you.